So, good morning. Today we're going to read a story and we're going to look for common themes. Common themes. So, I'm going to pass out a story for us to read. This story is called Damien and Pythias. It's a very interesting story that I tend to like, and I think that you will like it as well. We're going to do a little group work, and we're going to look for the theme. We've talked about themes and how to find themes and how to find the main concept. But I want to take it a step further today, and I want us to be able to take those concepts and then apply them in different ways. So in your groups, I would like for you to take the story. And we're going to read out loud today. All right, as we read today, I want you to read with inflection. I want you to read with a nice, strong voice as best you can, okay? So who would like to start us off with our reading today? All right, Unique.
Damon and Pythias were two noble young men who lived on the island of
Sicily.
Sicily, and a city called Syracuse.
Syracuse.
They were such close companions and were so devoted to each other that all the people in the city admired them as the highest examples in true friendship. Each trusted the other so completely that nobody could ever have persuaded one that the other had been unfaithful or dishonest, even if that had been the case.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Who are the individuals' names that we're talking in the story that we're talking about? Yes, sir. Damien and Pythias. What's unique about them? Yes, ma'am.
Their friendship is like bonded.
Okay, they have a very, very close friendship. Did it give us an example of how close the friendship was?
Yes.
Did the story tell us that? Yes, ma'am.
They told us that even if someone tried to tell them that one was unfaithful or dishonest, that the other wouldn't believe them.
Okay. Does everyone agree? Anyone not agree? If you agree, thumbs up.
I agree.
You agree? We agree? All right. So do we think that they've been friends for a short period of time?
No.
Why not?
Because if they were friends for a short time, they wouldn't be such good friends.
Okay? Because if they were friends for a short time, they would not be such a good friend. Right? All right. Who wants to read the second paragraph? Yes, sir.
Now it happened that Syracuse was at the time ruled by a famous tyrant named
Dionysius, yes.
Dionysius, who had gained the throne for himself through treachery, and who from then on flaunted his power by behaving cruelly to his own subjects and to all strangers and enemies who were so unfortunate as to fall into his clutches. This tyrant, Dionysius, was so unjustly cruel that once, when he awoke from a restless sleep during which he dreamt that a certain man in the town had attempted to kill him, he immediately had that man put to death.
All right. So now, we have in the first paragraph two young men by the name of who? Damon and Pythias. What's significant about them is that they are what? Such good friends. In the second paragraph, we have another person by the name of Dionysius. What's significant about him?
He's self-centered and has no friends.
Okay, we can tell that he has no friends. The story doesn't tell us that he has no friends, but how can we assume that he has no friends? From context clues. Excellent, Unique. And what are the context clues that tells us that he has no friends?
He is so greedy and
He's cruel. What other words would indicate that he has no friends? Yes, sir.
Tyrant.
He's a tyrant. A tyrant. Who can give me other evidence from the text? Yes, sir.
He gained his throne through treachery.
He gained his throne through treachery. So he was not a friendly person. And so we can assume from the next step that he's not a friend. So now we have remember we talked about juxtapose. What is juxtapose? Compare and contrast, right? So if we are going to compare and contrast paragraph 1 to paragraph 2, what main theme can we compare and contrast? Friendship. Friendship. In paragraph 1, what do we see about friendship?
It's strong.
It's strong. What else do we know about friendship from paragraph 1?
How faithful it was.
That friendship breeds faithfulness. Anything else? Honesty. And when we talked about friendship, how many people did we talk about? Two. So can you be a friend in isolation? No. In paragraph 2, we talked about friendship, but what do we talk about friendship?
The lack of it.
The lack of it. How many people did we see represented in paragraph 2? One. From the story, from paragraph 2, do you think that Dionysius is a happy person?
No.
No. What kind of attitude do you think that he has?
Rude.
Rude? Probably.
Self-centered.
Self-centered? Yes.
Strict.
Strict?
Cruel.
Cruel. It actually uses that word. That's one of the words in the story. He was a cruel tyrant. What kind of attitude do you think that Damon and Pythias had?
Positive.
They're positive. Do you think that they're happy?
Yes.
Do you think that they're nice?
Yes.
Yeah, the story never tells us this, but we can assume that from the story, right?
Yes.
Exactly. Let's continue to read on. Who's our next volunteer? Okay, stop. Okay. We're gonna pretend like we finished reading the story. So everybody's gonna grab a sheet, take one and pass it back. Hmm? What? I know. Okay. Okay. What does it say? I can't read it.
Tell Andrew he can't.
And all these.
Okay, Andrew, tell him that's what we're saying. Stop reading right there.
All right, so we're gonna take the sheet, right? And I want you to take your sheet and I want you to fold it hamburger style a third of the way through. So we're gonna make a display board, but it's gonna be a long, not, I want to do the other way. I mean hot dog side, I said hamburger side, I'm sorry. Hot dog style. And then we're gonna fold it over. So you're gonna fold it over in thirds. All right? Yeah, and then fold the other side over. When you fold the other side, you're gonna create the foldable. Okay? So just fold it over. All right? We're gonna get ready to start. We're gonna start back into the filming. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Take your foldable. We're gonna fold it in thirds to make our display. Once you folded it, I want you to turn it landscape. And on the outside, I want you to write the word friendship. Friendship. As we open it up, on the top, I want you to put Damon and Pythias. And then I want you to write out some of the things that we talked about that caused Damon and Pythias to be known as great friends. The things that they endured in order to be known as great friends. On the flap under that, I want you to write Dionysus. And the things that he did not to be a friend. Not to be a friend. And as you're doing that, let's think about the story. When Pythias was supposed to be executed and he wanted to go home to see his family, was the king going to let him go home? No. No, not at first. It was not until Damon decided that he was going to be his friend and he was going to stand in the stead for him. All right? I want you to consider that as you make your notes. Now, as we open up the flap, you'll look at your notes for what is a friend and what is not a friend, and then I want you to apply that to your life. I want you to list some things that you have done to be a good friend, and then list some things that you have done that show that you were not a good friend. Be honest with yourself. Let's take 5 minutes. Okay. So now let's have another brief discussion before we end our class today. When you are around friends, are you happy or sad usually? Happy. Happy. When you feel like you have no friends, are you happy or sad usually? Sad. So what we consider is better to be a friend or not to be a friend? To be a friend. So does the story of Damon and Pythias teach us the way it taught the king? Yes. Because at the end, what did the king want to have? He wanted to have a friend, right? And he asked, could he become their friend? And so what the story is trying to tell us is what? It's better to have friendship than not having friends. All right? The takeaway I want you to have with this foldable is that it's better to have friends than not have friends. Is this something that can be applied to your life?
Yes.
Excellent.